Hello, my name's Dave Kai Piper and welcome to Exploring Photography. At the start of last month, so it's now May 5th on the day that we're recording this, and I've got a big spot that's been very well covered up, I hope, with max factor, no? Yeah, max factor number,
I don't know.
It's a matte finish sort of thing. Anyway, I have a spot on my nose, which is why this video should be going out on May 6th, and I'm only doing it today because it was a big... Anyway, so the start of last month, there was a photo competition that went out on Xpozer, and I was asked to pick... Xpozer are a company that print these yeah, make sure you go and check out the link. So they do these aluminium frames that kind of attach to the wall and they print everything. It's really, really nice. Go check out their stuff. So I was asked by those guys if I could come up with a theme and pick a winner for their monthly photo contest. So definitely more than happy to. And the prize was a year free Smug Mug account, I think. So that's pretty cool as well. So I was asked to come up with a theme and asked to pick a winner. And this is the winner. I would know this image as image 14. So there was 25 images in total out of 700 people that kind of submitted stuff, and then the team picked the top 25, and then I picked the winner. But yes, congratulations to everybody getting into that top 25 from 700 over 700 submissions was an achievement in itself. So yes, no, very, very good. I wrote some words about each particular picture, and I just kind of wanted to explain where that kind of critique came from. I was in my head picturing everything, you know, I guess because picking an image and giving critique about an image, sometimes you really have to know what the image is for. And in my head, I kind of went with the rule of everybody's kind of submitting what would look best when it's in that final print stage up on a wall. And that's kind of how I kind of mentioned the cropping quite a lot in a lot of the critique. And one of the things that I mentioned cropping quite a lot. And one of the things that cropped up about the cropping isn't necessarily always just framing, but it's that whole kind of a lot of people used quite wide angle lenses, which meant that there's quite a lot of distortion that was in there. There was one particular image, and I'm not sure if I feel bad for bringing it up in the video, but it was a picture that very close, almost won, and I was kind of really battling. It was the lighthouse picture. And it's an absolutely fantastic picture, very, very nice. But I would have just loved to have seen that perspective, that kind of barrel roll rolled out a tiny bit. Because I think when you're putting something up on a wall, you really have to be careful. Anything that's meant to be straight should be straight. And I know that particular image is a lighthouse, so it's not going to be straight, but I would have loved to have seen that just kind of brought out a tiny bit. And it was a common thing in a few other pictures of that kind of vertical distortion brought out. There was another image that I thought was absolutely a cracking image, and I've got an image in my portfolio very similar of the city looking directly up of the two buildings. Again, great image, great capture. I love the whole dynamic in there between the sky and all of that stuff. But the verticals in that instance needed to be absolutely vertical. So those tools inside Photoshop are pretty simple, and they're for fixing that perspective in there. If anyone wants to know a little bit more about it, just fire me an email and I might do a quick blog about it. So yes, very well done to those people that got into that top 25 from the 700 submissions. Well done. So why did I pick this particular image as the top image? And it really had to come down to the current climate that we're in. I love the sense of freedom. I love the tones. I love the finish of the picture. I just know that image is going to look absolutely incredible printed, you know, nice and big. It's going to be a really nice statement on the wall. All of the tones were kind of in a really nice range. There's some bright spots. The editing, I think there was quite a lot of digital editing in there for that coloration and those tonings, but that's fine. That's fine. It absolutely works with the style and the concept and the image and the flatness. It's just a very, very nice image. I think the comment and the critique I had for that image that it wouldn't surprise me if that picture was taken by a commercial photographer and that was a commercial sitting. It really wouldn't. It was a very, very good image, very, very well lit, well thought out. The crop was good, all that kind of stuff. But so let's talk about cropping again a tiny bit more. There was one image that it had a guy riding a bike over this bridge, and there was a train coming across, and there's some yellow buses in the ground, and that image almost won again. And one of the reasons that it didn't is that I think it would have worked better in like a 3:1 crop, removing all of that negative space at the bottom. However, if this was about planning commercial images, that image would have definitely won, because it was like that space at the bottom of the image is a perfect place to put a brand, because all of those leading lines would have been running down into where that branding logo would have been. But I was judging this as tell me a story about everything that's in the image, and obviously there aren't any logos in that image, so I thought that image would have worked better as a 3:1. And again, that comes down to personal a personal take on looking at these images. So if anyone does want to know a little bit more, my email is pretty easy to track down. Do get in touch. I'll be happy to kind of walk people through the process. And if there's anything that people kind of want to know more about those perspective corrections, let me know, and I'll be quite happy to put a blog up about those tools in Lightroom that I think would have really enhanced some of the pictures in there. So well done to everyone once again. Some very, very good images, and yeah, congratulations. So happy to be asked and happy to have picked a winner. Moving on from the stuff that we did there, there was a blog that's got, I think it went live around about the start of April as well. That's up on Photo Professional. I can't remember what the URL of the blog is. It's like Pro Photo Professional Online or something. Terry's going to murder me for not knowing what the URL is. But anyway, it's down below. Oh yeah, YouTubers. Everyone does this. You can tell videos that are made for YouTube because everyone's like, it's in the comments. You never see David Attenborough being like, it's in the comments below. Anyway, yeah, it just makes me laugh. Yeah, so there's a really interesting article. There was, I think it was way before Chris. Steph's holding the camera. When did you ask me what? Steph came up with a question, which is, why do people hate my photos? No. Why
nobody likes your photos?
Yeah. Okay. To answer the question of because we all well, I don't know. I think some people don't. Yeah, it's because some people are probably just really good. But I struggle with this idea of why. I think, I go out and I take a picture. I'm like, it's a great picture, and I show it to someone, and they're like, well, yeah, but didn't really think about that. And the reason I kind of am gluing this article onto the competition stuff is that sometimes we think that no one likes our work. And there's a lot of people, 700 plus people submitted images, and only a few got picked. So I kind of wanted to address, and there's a blog that might be quite useful for people to read, and it kind of came from that question and kind of trying to address why we think some people sometimes don't like our pictures. And most of it comes down to social opinions, social media, the context that we think other people are using. So anyway, make sure you go and check out that blog. And again, well done to the 700 plus people that kind of got taking some pictures or found some pictures to submit, and an extra special well done to those 25 people that got picked, and well done to whoever took picture 14. Congratulations.
I never thought that I would